I'm trying out a different angle of this magical tree that we've been under 3 or 4 times now as I continue this daily challenge of having a walk out in nature with all of you live, and also having the opportunity to share some angel messages with you. And I set this challenge that I do this for 11 days in a row. That's an angel number, 11 days in a row. And I have until tomorrow to complete that challenge. So it's been my honor to do these nature walks with you, and it's been so fun to see you here either live or later in the chat. And I believe it was Sunday we added a new thing where at the end, well, not really the end, during, I'm pulling angel cards. I take angel cards with me on the walk so we can tie messages in together with nature or just see what the energy is. Good morning, Heidi. Good to see you. Good morning, Anna. Yes, going live a little earlier this morning. Normally I would be driving kids to school at this time, but my older one is homesick again today. So I thought I'd pop on a little early because I have my live later today about 5 ways your passed away loved ones connect with you. And that's gonna be at 12 Eastern, 11 Central, 9 Pacific. And I have a surprise for you at the end I'm so excited about. Good morning, Casglow, good to see you. So that's why I thought it'd be good to get on here a little early and just remind everybody about this live later today that I'm so excited to talk about. And like I said, I have that surprise at the end. There will be more angel messages. We'll probably have some journaling prompts. Of course, we always have pocket affirmations. And like I said, for this morning walk, we started adding the angel cards, and that's been super fun. That's not something I normally do on my channel, but it kind of ties the other messages together. If, when I'm out walking, we might see more things, but, it's pretty early this morning. There's not a lot of butterflies up yet. I did have a cool experience I meant to share with you a couple days ago. And, it was interesting. It really could be saved for the passed away loved one live I'm doing later today, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with those who are here now. Good morning, People Bone Cutter. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Angie. Great to see all of you. So what I was what happened to me on a walk the other day was so fun. So whenever I see yellow butterflies, for me, it often does signify a passed away loved one. That's why I thought maybe I should save this story for the live later today, but who knows, it might come up again, we'll see. But so I've had many encounters with yellow butterflies that specifically represent certain loved ones of mine, but also lately, over the past probably, I say 6 months, they began to represent something besides passed away loved ones. So I have to check in and see which message I'm getting when I see a yellow butterfly. And it's weird. It's the word I'm looking for will come in a moment, but now sometimes when I am experiencing a yellow butterfly, it feels like another dimension, like a different realm. And this has happened to me quite a bit lately. And the other day on my walk, within like a 2-minute period, I had a yellow butterfly twice fly literally so close in front of me on my walk that I could have run into it, but it did it perfectly timed. And it did feel like I walked through another dimension. I actually could feel the energy on my skin. The first time it did it, it seemed as though it was just opening a door, and I walked in. Then I walked for about another minute, and another yellow butterfly flew right in front of me the same way. And I paused for a moment just to be like, whoa, I could feel that again. And this time it turned around and flew behind me. So it actually did a full circle. It flew up, circled around me, and flew back the direction it came. And then, oh, the angel bumps and energetic shift I felt. So I am now beginning to go deeper with my exploration. When I see yellow butterflies, I'm not just saying hello to the passed away loved ones. I'm now actually experiencing a shift in dimension and noticing what else I am feeling, which is what I'm always encouraging you to do. And that's why I felt these nature walks would be a great example, because we can have angel messages in so many different ways, and then we can begin to connect the dot. Hi, I'm LK. Hi, Charlie. It was really cool. Yes, thank you. And, you know, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, did I put it in my intuition tracker? I need to go make sure I wrote that down. It's so funny how something can be so profound and we can easily dismiss it as how beautiful it was if we don't keep track. But luckily, I get to talk to you guys about it all the time, so it's always on my mind. Ooh, I like the way the rosemary looks blowing right there. This is a different angle I took today with this nature walk, and you can hear the wind chimes there. So pretty. I didn't want to talk over them. Yes. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Cosglow. So I wanted to just encourage you to also notice any energetic shifts you might be feeling, because it really does feel like a transformation and a different dimension. So let's talk about a great pocket affirmation today that might really help us affirm this energy. I know, ooh, there's about 4 dragonflies flying over us right now, and they're too tiny for my camera to catch, but that is awesome. I don't normally see that many at this time of day out here. Of course, this is a little earlier than normal, but if dragonflies mean anything to you, take note, because I said there's 4 right now. They're just all circling around each other, and the number 4 means something. So again, we're connecting all these signs we're getting. Me too. I love listening to wind chimes too. And what's so amazing about this tree is it has this one little branch that sticks out almost as though it was waiting for that wind chime. We've always been amazed by that with how old this tree is. So let's do a pocket affirmation. I easily feel shifts in my dimension. I easily feel shifts in my dimension. And the reason I'm using that one is for both this live and the live I'm doing later today about 5 ways our passed away loved ones connect with us, is you will often feel a dimensional shift when a passed away loved one is connecting with you. But also we will feel dimensional shifts out in nature. We will feel them in dream time. And we will, you know, not even necessarily feel them until after they've happened, and then we get the angel bumps, right? Or what some people say, goosebumps or chills. I like to say angel bumps because it sounds just more warm and cozy. But a lot of times we may not notice the shift in the dimension, but then we feel the angel bumps after. Sometimes the angel bumps are your team stepping in closer, but that's a good way to honor, oh, this is a shift in my dimension. And then it's a reminder that we do have control over our realities. We just have to step into our power. Thank you all for putting that there in the comments below. And if you're watching this later in the recording, feel free to put it in the comments below this video. I easily feel shifts in my dimension. Ooh, I'm getting angel bumps again. So as these dragonflies continue to swoop overhead for us, maybe occasionally you might be able to pick them up in the background, but this camera's mostly focused on the tree, so I don't know if they're gonna stand out. But let's go into some angel messages for everybody today. So the first card I pulled for today's nature walk, and if you are new here, you are so welcome. My name is Devin Dewar. I'm an angel intuitive and spiritual teacher, and I always say a prayer protection, asking that I only connect with the highest vibrational beings, and that these messages be in the highest interest of those who come across them, whenever they come across them. So you could be watching this live, you could be watching this on a recorded later today, or a year from now, and if you felt called to click on it, that's because your spiritual team is so efficient they wanted you to hear the messages here now. So the first card I pulled for today's nature walk on day 10 of my 11-day challenge, so much fun doing this with you guys, is the 7 of Water. 7 of Water. And this is the Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine. It says a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. Now, I know what this means for you. For me, I'm curious if anything came to mind for you listening now or watching later. What's the first thing that came to mind about stop procrastinating? Get the information you need so that you can make the decision you need to make. And we have been getting a lot of guidance around needing to make a decision about something and to do what we know is right. If you missed my angel messages this Monday, I encourage you to go check them out because I talked a lot about how we want to be able to look back a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and feel like we took the high road while standing up for our heart. So we're not compromising, we're not giving in, we're not settling for something that isn't in our highest interest, but we are doing what we know is right. We're taking the high road. And if that means having to extricate yourself from a relationship, a job, a situation, a group of people, doing it in a way that you can feel confident that you took the high road and you can look back and say, I did everything I could to make that a gentle separation. Breakups are not easy in any fashion. Endings are not easy a lot of the time, but we can do things to call in our team and stay in divine flow as we go through it so that when we look back, we can really feel good about the way we exited a situation. So again, what was the first thing that came to mind? We're still on the first card here about needing to do more research or stop procrastinating on making a decision. For me, it's a work project that I am looking at all these different ways to offer it. We have, if you're not familiar with astrology, that's totally fine, but we do have a lot of retrogrades right now, and we're going to have more coming up soon at the time that I'm recording this video. And so I have learned that during retrogrades, I get a lot of clarity on things that are not working because it's an RE. Anytime you have a retrograde, you have that RE and you want to do things that are start with an RE. So review, revise, recalculate, replan, restructure, relax. That's a good thing to do during a retrograde, you know. Do things to really take care of yourself and go back to the drawing board and say what's working, what's not. And so that's one of the things for me as far as needing to do research. It's more about needing to really get clear on what's working and what do I want to take forward with me. So I am taking my time, but I know for me, yes, Andrea, time to reset. I love it. Reset. Perfect. I mean, a reset can feel so great, you know, and even in relationships, if you have those intimate one-on-one relationships with a spouse or a child or a parent, sometimes just saying, hey, let's do a reset can be really valuable. So I love that you just said that. Now, we don't want to ignore issues, but if there's just things that come up that, you know, maybe just because of this intense energy, things are getting off track. I do find, you know, asking a loved one, hey, can we reset here? Can be a great way to ground and that's another message we've been getting a lot is about grounding our energy. Oh my goodness, there's so much in the collective right now that needs that energy. So let's go on to the second card I have for today, and that was the Queen of Air. Independent, experienced, realistic, witty is what it says at the top. And then at the bottom it says objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. Seeing the humor in a situation is easier said than done in a lot of things, right? But when we can laugh at ourselves or laugh about something, it can be really helpful. And you know what's really standing out for me is the clearing away what no longer serves. And this is where we often get that clarity. So starting right now, we already have Mars in shadow. It's going to be going retrograde. It's not retrograde yet. But we also have Mercury going retrograde soon. And, you know, there's going to be an opportunity to clear away what's not serving, and things will be also revealed. That's another RE word. In fact, I'm getting that energy right now. You might learn something today or within the next week that's a little a little shocking, a little surprising, but it's going to be bringing truth to you. So I also feel that on this second card we have today, where it says seeing the humor in a situation, that might be the approach to take. If there's kind of a shocking truth you learned today, or something's revealed and you realize, okay, I knew something wasn't, I didn't know all the truth and now I do. How can you try to spin that, right? And I believe it was yesterday we had the card asking us to, yeah, it was the Five of Cups yesterday, where we were talking about focusing on the cups you do have that are full instead of crying over the ones that have spilled that you can't unspill, right? So I think that's really helpful energy there, and we'll tie all this in together in one final bonus message at the end of this, so I hope you can stay to the end. And the final card I pulled for this particular nature walk, again, these are evergreen messages whenever you click on them, is the Five of Air. An unwise choice, learning what you can from the situation, and reviewing everyone's motives, okay? That's key right there. We might think we're on the same page with somebody, or we're seeing eye to eye, and this information that may be coming in soon for us is gonna make us realize, oh, you know what? We have different goals, or, oh, that person views me differently than I thought they did, or this is something I didn't know, and now I realize we're not on the same page. And these are good things to know. We don't want to go through life not knowing these things. But I do feel like the learn what you can from the situation card, this part right here, is what we're going to realize. Okay, we're going to be doing this review. We're going to say what's working, what's not. And we're going to say, okay, what were the motives behind doing these things? And in tarot, this would be the Five of Swords, right? And swords are associated with words and speech and saying things and speaking out. But also, I like to see them as a way to cut cords to things that are not working. So I would see that as like crossing things off my to-do list. So if I have this card, for me, is telling me, okay, there's things in my current work state, in current projects I have going on, that probably aren't in alignment with my ultimate goals, or they're just not working the way they currently are. They need to be redone, reviewed, reset, right? So again, it's that message we got earlier about clearing away what no longer serves. Okay, that middle card, these swords are doing that. We're gonna cut cords to those things, right? And that could be cutting cords to something from the past that is still causing sadness or grief, or causing you to kind of be hard on yourself. I believe that was another message yesterday, is, you know, we tend to be hard on ourselves for staying in a situation for too long. And then once we're out of it, we look back and go, why did I put up with that? Or why did I give my power away? Why did I let that person talk to me or treat me that way? But that's not what the angels want us to do, right? They want us to see what we learn from it, and how can we implement boundaries that won't allow that to happen again. So I really feel like all these messages together are asking us to remember we always have the power within us to create our reality. So at the beginning, when we were talking about dimensions, I think it all ties in, because we even had those dragonflies flying above, even though they didn't really show in the camera because they're too small on this lens, but they were there. And again, there were 4 of them. They're not here anymore, but I've often heard people refer to 4 as the door to a new reality. Wow, that one just came through. Or a new dimension, right? So where could you shift your reality and step into a new dimension with this energy? Again, at the time we are recording this, we had this incredibly powerful new moon coming up on November 1st. That's this Friday. And so I really want to encourage you to take extra time on that day for journaling, for manifesting. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that energy in the live later today, because I feel like that is a really important energetic imprint. And even though I set the intention that these messages be evergreen, whatever the current state of energy is imprinted into this video. It's part of the energy of this video, right? Because everything is energy. So even if you watch this a month from now, there's still going to be the new moon energy imprinted into this particular video, and you can sit with that. And I would even encourage you to come back and see what's changed for you since this time, because hindsight's one of the most powerful tools for deepening your connection with the angels. Oh, Andrea says 8:08. I love it. Good morning, AC. I was just wrapping up, so I hope you can go back to the beginning to see these glorious messages. We got some messages from dragonflies, butterflies, wind chimes, but I have to hop off because I got to go get ready for my live later today about 5 ways your passed away loved ones connect with you. And we wrap this up in a beautiful, neat bow today about really reviewing and clearing what no longer serves us. So I hope to see you all later on the live. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.